Okay, I'm just flicking over now. Oh, we are live. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
I'm marvelous. It is 11 a.m. here and it's a beautiful day. Can I ask for anything more?
Yeah, well, it was a beautiful day here, and it's 7 o'clock in the evening here, and I'm absolutely delighted that you accepted the invitation to be our guest, and now to be interviewed by me as well. So, I'd like for you to take the opportunity, if you don't mind, to tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So I am a certified holistic life coach, a brain fitness coach, which is something new for many people, and the creator of the life work balance system for busy professionals. I blend well being principles with neuroscience, positive psychology, biohacking, which is the art and science of upgrading your life, and mindfulness techniques to implement effective behavior changes in my clients. So I help them get rid of unhealthy habits. I challenge it with fresh new perspectives so that they can optimize body and brain and really get anything they desire in their lives.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing, Sabrina. I know from last night's chat, I learned loads, and I thought I knew loads, but I learned so much from you last night. And it was fantastic. Could you tell me, how did you get started in your business? Would you talk me through that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. How much do we have? No, I'm kidding. Really young. But I would say I've had two big career changes in my life, and I'm very grateful for the experience because that's why I am here. So I started modeling back in Italy, and we're talking about the 80s, a long time
Amazing,
ago. That's
Sabrina.
where I'm
I know
from.
from last night.
And this
Sorry.
led me to a job as a TV announcer for a local broadcasting station. I met one of the producers who was entertaining at a beautiful villa quite often. So she asked me if I wanted to help her. And that's how I started in the event planning world, which was something new but very exciting. And so that's what I did for a few years. Then my husband and I moved to the United States in the early 90s. And that's when we founded a destination management company that was specializing in organizing medical conventions all over the States. But
Wow.
yeah, it was great for traveling also and visiting different cities. And then September 11th killed the business because it was hospitality tourism. And so I decided to go back to events and weddings, and I specialized in weddings. And I loved this job so much that I was taking care of my clients, but I was completely ignoring myself. And this led to burnout and health issues. So that's how I realized that I needed to change the way I was living in order to stay productive and stay healthy, most of all, because that was the priority at that time. And so that's how I decided to pursue coaching and help at first fellow planners who were asking, what did you do? What is the secret now, right? What is your new life? Tell me. We want to know.
Yeah.
We want to learn.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
expanded to professionals in general. So I have many clients who are like small business owners, mompreneurs, solopreneurs, freelancers. They're trying to juggle life, like family, and a full-time job, which is usually very demanding. And they know that something is missing, and most of the times is their health, their well-being,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
last in their to-dos, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's for all of us, really. Especially when you're starting out, you have a tendency just to put everything into it, don't you?
So true. So true. And that was me as well,
Yeah,
so I'm able to help my clients because I was there as well.
yeah. You have the experience, yeah. Which kind of brings me on to my next question. What do you wish you had known when you started your business?
Yeah, this is something that I always tell my clients. So they come to me because they don't really know how to make sense of their lives. And one of the first things that I tell them is, we are human beings, not human doings. So you
Yeah.
need to stop thinking about work as the first thing in your life because you have to live first. And, take a look at the popular term work life balance. Why is work before life? Doesn't make
Uh,
sense, you know?
so true. Yeah, yeah. Work-life balance. Yeah, because yesterday I
Yeah,
was going life-work balance, and it actually does make sense, doesn't it? Life-work
exactly.
balance. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
So
just
that's
want to
why I
say,
changed it.
yeah.
Mine is life, work
And
balance.
it,
Life
yeah,
comes
and
first,
language
you
is
know?
really important as well. The way we use our language and
Absolutely.
putting the
Absolutely.
word life before
Hmm.
work
Yeah.
kind of sums it
So,
all up.
yeah. So I wish I had known that our bodies and our brains and our minds are more important than business because
Yeah,
if they're not healthy, if they're not aligned, they don't cooperate and we can't achieve the goals that we have. So,
that's so true. That's so true. Hi, Kerry. I just want to say hi to Kerry because she's watching us. Hi.
hello, hello.
Oh, good Lord. I love talking to you, Sabrina. We could
Yeah,
talk
me
for
too.
hours, like, and I'm trying to be really contained here.
Should make like a 2 hour chat.
Yeah. I'm trying not to like go here and go
I know.
there.
Uh,
Anyway, okay. So let me ask you, kind of brings me on to my next question, not your next question, my
yeah.
next question. What was your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Well, I will go back to my previous career as a wedding planner. My business was suffering because, again, I was not paying attention to my body. And so basically, my body and brain were not cooperating. They
Yeah,
were probably functioning at 30% of their potential.
right.
And so by experiencing that, I also had some thankfully minor health issues that no doctor could figure out. Everything looked normal, blood tests were perfect. And so they kept saying, "You're fine to me, you're healthy." But I was not.
Yeah,
I had a very difficult time concentrating. I was sleeping like 3 4 hours a night because I was busy. I
right.
had to take care of my clients, and so of course my body was not reacting and was not helping me achieve my goals.
Yeah,
And so that was horrible. And not only that, but also friendships, relationships, a personal life. Everything was completely put aside, and it was not balanced. You know
yeah,
and so thanks to that experience, I would say I bounced back and I was able to start listening to my body, to change my lifestyle completely. I educated myself a lot on the body and mind connection. And so I created these 6 principles that I started following every day: eating better, sleeping more, moving daily, stressing less, loving myself with self care, and owning my life. So, really prioritizing things in my
mm.
day to day
I,
operations.
yeah. I think that's really difficult for a lot of people to do is to actually prioritize, because especially when you're starting a business, you feel like it requires 1,000% of your time, your brain energy, like the brain energy. I'll bring us there in one second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
And
it's so
that's your
true.
speciality, the brain fitness, isn't it? And keeping your brain healthy and well, and making that connection between your brain and your body. That's
Absolutely, absolutely. You said it very well. And a lot of my clients struggle to understand that if I ask them to sleep a whole night, like 8 hours, they cringe at the thought because they tell me, well, I cannot afford to sleep that much because I need to work, I need to pay my bills. And I tell them, but when you sleep 8 hours instead of four, yes, you're stealing 4 hours from your job, but the next morning you will achieve and complete your task in less time.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
will give you more time for yourself, more time for family, and you just need to start the cycle. And then
yeah.
you will see you reap the benefits later.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
counterintuitive, but that's how we work. I mean, I can't do anything. I mean, this is how our
yeah.
body works,
Yeah.
So,
So important, so important.
yeah.
We're getting some lovely comments here, even Kerry's
Ah,
saying there.
great,
Lo-
Carrie.
yeah, I think we spoke about this, just yourself and myself, and we said that we have this thing about work being everything, like, and when we allow that to take over, we forget that our rest time is so important, you know
Absolutely.
um that's and I've become a bigger and bigger believer in that, whereas, like what you were saying, I was surviving on 4 hours or 3 hours, like, and I think I was like, but in actual fact I was less productive. So whatever you're saying, what you said there is 100% in my
Yeah,
book. I agree, like,
yeah. And I mean, we need to think. That's something that I always think about. We might be the most evolved and sophisticated species on the planet because we are, but we're still an animal species and we still depend on our planet, on the air we breathe, the sun that, boosts our immune system, the water we drink, the soil that gives us the foods we eat. And so we need to respect our basic needs. I mean, our genes are still the same from like thousands of years ago.
yeah,
Even with technology, modern society, we live completely different from our ancestors, but our genes, the way we are programmed, is still the same.
yeah,
So we need to respect our basic needs that are nourishment, rest, movement, so that we can allow our body to do its job, which is keeping us healthy and keeping us thriving.
yeah.
So
And I
it's,
think, like,
you
the
know,
restrictions that we're all under at the moment has kind of allowed us to go back to basics.
yeah, so
It's given us that time to look at us
true.
rather than look outwardly from us. Like, this is,
So true.
you know,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think this is a good wake up call, I would
it
say,
is a good wake up call.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings me on to this. This is lovely. It's bringing me on to my next question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it succinct. Tell me if I go on too much, okay?
Oh, no.
So, Sabrina, what inspires you? I'd love to know that. What actually inspires you?
Yes, I see my eyes are like brightening here. Inspiration is so big. It's always been I'm a very visual person, so I always need to be inspired by
Yeah,
something. So I would say two things. Nature, my biggest source of inspiration, not only now, but also when I was in the wedding planning world, because that would inspire me to create these beautiful vision boards and these beautiful themes or,
yeah,
different elements for my clients' celebrations. But connection with nature is the foundation of our well-being, and I'm
mm,
sure you know it very well. So sunlight, grounding, putting your bare feet on the ground to receive
yeah,
the energy from earth, and a lot of visuals, of course, colors, textures, just being in a park. You can see so many different things that
yeah,
if you're busy on your phone, you will not notice, right? But if you
yeah,
spend some time in nature and really looking around you, oh my goodness.
yeah,
Usually that's when I get my best ideas for my business. I walk or jog in nature and I'm like, okay, tomorrow I can do that. As soon as I get home, I can work on that. My
yeah,
brain is functioning like 200%,
yes, yeah,
which is
yeah,
wonderful. And
yeah,
then my clients inspire me every single day. And I'm so grateful for them because I can say as a coach, I grow together with them, thanks to
yeah,
their experiences, thanks to the way we work together and their jobs, their families, their values. I mean, there are so many things that I can learn from them and they inspire me.
yeah. And you might, I always find, like, we learn from our customers. Even as a calligrapher, I'm continuously learning. They might ask me for something which challenges me, and that is a learning curve, and I'm sure you find the same as a coach. I'm sure you put in situations where you're like, what?
Yes, exactly.
And you kind of
So
have to
true.
go, okay, I need to look at that.
So true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to have a response right there. You can just do your
No.
research and study and learn.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, Sabrina, that brings me on to another question, which I'm really dying to find out. I'd love to know. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's not confidential, I promise. Okay, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Okay, this is funny, but I love it because that's a little dreamy. I mean, something that I don't know if I will ever be able to have it, but never lose the faith. We'll see. That will be teleportation. I know you
Ah,
might laugh about it, but it's something that is very entertaining for me, and I would love to be in different countries. For instance, I would love to be there with you, sipping tea or some nice beverage with you while we chat, instead
Irish
of being
coffee.
like thousands of miles away from each other, right? But also be transferred to different eras, especially eras from the past. I read a lot of historical fiction, and whenever I read about like heroes or heroines of the past, I would love to be in that particular moment in these beautiful castles or residencies and really live the traditions, the habits, the customs, the day to day activities that are described in the books. I get so fascinated by them, the costumes, what they were wearing, everything. So
Me
I would
too. I'm
definitely guess that.
I'm into that. Well, not his. I'm actually
Yeah.
factual based history, but ancient history,
Yeah.
like the old, like our ancients, our
Yes.
and like learning because, as you say earlier on, we've been here for tens of thousands of years. We're still in the same body makeup. The only thing that's changed is our technology. You
Environment.
know,
Yeah.
our environment. Otherwise we're still the same beings. So I find it fascinating to learn. And like, yeah, I think I'll join you on your teleportation.
Let's go.
Well, that sort of nicely brings me to the close. And I'd like to ask you, Sabrina, is there anything that you'd like to talk about that I haven't mentioned, say, like your book?
Yes. Thank you for asking me about that. Yeah, I'm so excited. I would love to jump all over. But yeah, I decided to write a book about life work balance because my mission is to help as many people on this planet to feel better, to live better, because I think it's a human right to live and feel better, right? But unfortunately, a lot of people think about working, 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 and they don't have time to enjoy life, which is such a shame, in my opinion. So yeah, this will be my book, and I am launching a crowdfunding campaign starting
Ex-
next week. Can't contain
Excellent.
myself. The title will be Live Live Fully,
Hmm.
and it will share pretty much some of the strategies that I use with my clients, and it will guide the reader through my 6 pillar framework, which is eat better, sleep more, move daily, stress less, love yourself, and own your life. So can't
Excellent.
wait for it.
Oh, well, let us know when you start your crowdfunding, and we'll pop it onto our page and share it across our media
Thank
channels
you.
because you have been a wonderful guest, and I'm so
Oh,
pleased we connected on
my
Twitter.
pleasure. Yes, absolutely.
It was fantastic.
Absolutely.
I was really, really chuffed, and I'm like a little girl here. But hey, I'll calm down afterwards. Mind you, I have been drinking coffee this afternoon, which I don't normally do. Oh, Kerry says, "Hooray!" Hey. Okay. Now, before we wrap up all together, Sabrina, would you like to let people know how they can contact you, and if there's any particular programs you'd like to let them know about?
Absolutely. Yes. So easiest way to connect with me is on my website. It is sabrinacadini.com. So my full name. On social media, I am at Sabrina Cadini, very easy. And I think I shared my How to Achieve Life Work Balance guide with all of you guys in the chat
In the
yesterday.
chat, yeah.
So I can probably, let me see if I can maybe send the comment here. So if I remember well, it's a subcat.link. If I'm not wrong, this would be the link. So you can just go to this link. Did you see that?
No,
It's
but it's okay. We can post
oh,
it
it's
afterwards. It's okay. I can post it
okay.
into the comments
But maybe you
afterwards.
can put, yeah, you can put it in the comment, and I will put it in the comment later. And so you
Okay.
can access it's a free guide, so you can get, acquainted with the concept of life work balance, and hopefully you will start living better. But you can also schedule a free clarity call with me if you have any questions, or if you think you might need some guidance, and you can find it on my website as well.
I think I might go for that. I think I might go for a clarity call.
An opportunity to chat, right?
Yeah, we're just going to chat really like I'm just going to ring you for a chat. Hi, this is a clarity call. How are you doing?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, Sabrina, I'm going to thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
I totally enjoyed our interview today and, our Twitter chat yesterday. So thank you very much. And we'll say bye-bye to everyone.
My honor.
And please do share this interview with anyone with whom, with your network. I'll get my words out. And yeah, until next time. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.